Alright, we're changing front disc brake pads today. First thing we need to do is open the hood on your engine and take the cap off of your brake fluid reservoir. We are going to be pushing the piston back on the caliper with a C-clamp to allow for the new brake pad fitting to fit in place. So what you're going to need is a fairly large sized C-clamp here, and the screw inside is going to go on the outer pad, and the other side is going to go on this bolt on the back of the caliper, not the pad, but the back of the caliper. And you're going to rotate this until it gets tight and pushes the pad away from the caliper. Okay, so I've got it pushed all the way back. Now I'm going to go ahead and take my C-clamp off. One thing you want to watch for is while you're pushing the piston back, your brake fluid level might come up a bit. It might spills out a little bit. You don't want that to get all over your engine or anything else for that matter. So once you finish with that, put your cap back on, and we can get started. There we go. Alright, next thing we need to clean the caliper and the entire brake assembly and the rotor. We've got some basic brake part cleaner. Any brand will do. I don't really recommend any specific brand. I just grabbed this off the shelf at a local O'Reilly's. So, you want to avoid using canned air. You do not want to blow the brake dust around. It's pretty much fatal if you inhale it or if you ingest it. So, from a good distance, just give it a few squirts. And you see it all coming off there. And try to clean off every bit of your brake assembly there. You'll need your ratchet from your socket set and a half-inch socket. You can see down there, there's a lower caliper bolt that needs to be loosened. I used a mallet beforehand to break it loose. It's fairly tight. You'll take that out, put it somewhere where you won't lose it, and now your caliper basically just pivots up. Try to get your line up right there. What you can do, there we go, just swing it up, and it can just sit there, or you can take some wire. I came prepared just in case, and hook one end here and hook one end on your spring so it doesn't fall down while you're working with your pads. Now it's time to take the pads out. So we're going to get the outer pad, and it should slide straight out, just like this. a two-handed job. Be right back. Okay, I get the brake pads out, and I've got the new brake pads right here with the new shims and a packet of anti-squeal grease. And what you do with those is you put them on the inside of the shims, and then you sandwich the shims on the back side of your brake pads. Starting with the inner brake pad, you're going to slide it in the bracket just the way, same exact way it came out. Okay, so we got the inner brake in place. Make sure they slide into these brackets just as they came out. You might want to inspect these brackets, make sure they're not broken or bent. Now we're going to put the outer brake pad in and slide them right into these brackets. My piston here is still stuck out just a little bit, so when I swivel the caliper down, it's going to hit the new pad here since I have such a larger thickness going on. So I'm going to take the C-clamp, I'm going to push this back, try to make it flush. Then we should be able to close the caliper all the way and put the new screw in. Another thing I want to point out is there's a caliper pin here with a little boot. This pin comes out, this pin comes out, and once you pull it all the way out, you want to get some high temperature grease. I got that at Old Robbins as well. It's made just for these pins. Some high temperature grease and coat this pin all the way, as you can see. You know, it doesn't have a whole lot of that grease left on it. So coat it real good with the grease, put it back in there, check the boot. If the boot's cracked, it needs to be replaced. Okay, I got the caliper pin all greased up with some synthetic caliper grease and brake quiet. It's a little 8-ounce bottle, plenty of grease to last. Oh, about 50 applications probably. Now I should be able to take the caliper since I pushed the piston back. And it should go right down. There we go. Just push this back, and it should fit just fine. Now I'm going to put the bolt back in there and go on to the next brake. And the sequence is exactly the same. Do exactly as I did with this brake. There's no differences whatsoever. Be sure to grease your caliper pin, push your piston back, and clean your components before you get started with your brake cleaner. And you just saved yourself plenty of money by doing your own brake service for your brake pads. Okay, thank you for watching. This was 2001 Honda Civic disc brake pad service. Thank you for watching, and we hope to see you again next time.